Good evening. This is John G. Presco coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon. It's March 30th, 2022. It's 11:25 p.m. And I'm going to try to talk with my new teeth in my mouth, because I haven't been, and I probably should, because you can notice I don't talk a lot with my teeth in, because I don't have a lot of company and friends anymore. And you're running for governor? You don't got any friends or backers or wife, lover, children? No, no, they've all deserted me. Maybe that's why I should run. So I could have a big mansion I could fill with my indigent homeless people friends I'll make out there. I've still got a lot of energy. This is the third uh, tape I'm making. My mind is just exploding. Uh, I read that Will Smith refused to leave the Academy Awards after he slapped uh, uh, come on, Chris Rock. They asked him to leave. He said, I'm not leaving. This is my night." And they go, "Oh God, it is his night." Holy moly! This is huge, just absolutely huge. Um, so I'm gonna get back to this ham and the Siege Charleston. I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna uh, be done for now with that and go look at the Siege of Hollywood by black actors. I don't know how big this movement is. It's yet to be discovered. By the way, Will Smith acted. It looks like it's big. It looks like he feels like he's got an army behind him and a consensus. And because there has to be an explanation for everything. Oh, I got to cover up my vacuum cleaner over there. She's right here. My I got a crush on Alina Timo. She's a Russian model, and she just fits my ideal Miriam Starfish Christ, just to perfection and then some. She's a gifted, natural born actress, and she just uh, showed us her her come on, tennis shoe company ad that she stars in. Nike. It started here by what's his name that lives here in Eugene. Maybe I am getting tired. Maybe I ought to end this. It's too damn interesting, folks. So, my great grandfather, James Rosamond, filled out a government form for reparations. If you contributed to the Revolutionary War movement, the government was now looking to reward you or pay you back for monies that you contributed, horses, pigs. Oh, hey, there you go. Stop right there. I gave Francis Marion a ham. Oh, okay. And they duly recorded that. I've got to go dig for that in my archives. And I don't know whether they gave him a ham or two, but it looks like they gave him some land, about 726 acres or so. And I got to find that. And it might have been land that belonged to a loyalist. The loyalists were put on ships and sent up to Nova Scotia along with their slaves. Uh, in some instances, I don't know about in the South. I guess they got to keep all theirs, but up north, And I have so much to learn, so much to learn. So then they lost that land. And I'm wondering if they lost it because of the Civil War, but it seems like they'd already gone down the Mississippi and lost it beforehand. So maybe the United States government ruled, well, it wasn't our land to give, and we're going to have to give it back to the original owners. Maybe they came and the loyalists came down and reclaimed it. Huge study, just huge. And I'm not doing this by myself. Jimmy Rosamond has helped. So they ended up in Texas. I believe they lost their plantations in Mississippi and headed in cover wagons to Weldon, Texas. And they're Texas pioneers, basically. No, I would say, well, yeah, people that moved to Texas 20 years ago are pioneers, especially if you're a Christian. Okay, so let's go back to the idea that Russians are shooting down their jets that are bombing the Ukrainians. And I haven't got the full report of that, but I'm wondering. Some of these Russians are saying, fuck Putin. He got us in this horrible death trap. We haven't eaten for weeks. We don't have any water. We're pissing and defecating inside the tank because we go outside to take a shit in the woods. They got snipers out there that are killing us. We can't even go out to look for water, stream. So we're dying of thirst. And then we look overhead, and there goes some more jets to go bomb our fellow brother Ukrainians, who we've always got along with. Somehow they made a political error, and they aren't like us in any way, and they've got to be liquidated. Their cities bombed, their children bombed. They're bombing hospitals and schools. They bombed a Red Cross building with a big cross on it. And these young Russians, are seeing this. And it says, these people aren't the enemy, the Ukrainians. They didn't attack us. They haven't done anything really wrong. Yeah, they had that little rebellion in 2014, but they're not a threat. So they're shooting down their own planes. They're on their way to bomb cities, not military targets, but cities. And they know that's terrorism. And apparently they're fighting the source of the terrorism. And the person that, the king of the terrorists, person doesn't allow dissent of any kind in Russia, doesn't allow free press. And those people here, whose land we invaded, they want that, so they're shooting down their jets. This is a turning point in history right there. Because, see, the British, what they realized about Charleston, after they won a very easy victory, everything went their way according to their plan and their system of government, it didn't work. It did not work. They had no control over the Charleston area. These people are like you. Yeah, well, what makes them different than you? This is the point. Zelensky's making this point. He was in Washington, or delegation was in Washington yesterday to make an appeal. I said, they want more involvement by the United States of America because they know that they represent the Revolutionary Army that fought in the colonies to form a democracy. They fought for this country, same way Zelensky's fighting for Ukraine, for liberty, justice, free press, right for pursuit of happiness, right to carry arms, all the things that we fought for that made us a nation. Zelensky is fighting for. This is not a theory. And for Donald Trump to give the message to, and this is incredible, to Putin to hang in there, don't surrender, don't even retreat from Ukraine because we'll get you back. We got your back. We're on your side. All the Republicans, congressmen, and me. When we take over the Congress, we're going to encourage you to stay in there and take Ukraine. Is that what the Republican Congress is ready to do? Well, why don't they speak up? Why don't they say so? Well, the Democrats got to force their hand. Got to pass a resolution that that demands that the Republicans state their platform on the Ukraine war. Get it down a record, folks, because I think that this treachery is much deeper than we know, and it's going to get deeper and it's going to get worse. So, have I covered everything? So, Will Smith refused to follow the rules at the Oscars. That's evident. And like I say, I was ended up on talking to a lot of or listening to a lot of blacks on TikTok, but their opinions were as they tried to bring their best to the table and not appear like they're making excuses for Will Smith, because a lot of them didn't defend him. A lot of them did defend Chris Rock, who's having a show right now. And I was going to talk about that, but we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. In my sister's terrible, evil biography, Tom Snyder says that my grandfather, well, here it is. My grandfather wrote The Squall Man. I couldn't believe that he said that. I think it's something they got from Aunt Lillian. But Edwin Milton Royle, Royle, wrote it. And I was looking at it, and it stars a Winnebago Indian from Nebraska. So, but I'm going to get this why I got this queued up here. Come on. Oh, no. I hit an ad. Hate that. The Los Angeles Police Department said shortly after the incident that the person involved, presumably Mr. Rock, had declined to file a police report. The Academy's revelation that Mr. Smith, 53, had been asked to leave came after its board of governors met Wednesday to discuss the incident. The organization did not describe who had made the request. Earlier this week, two industry officials with the knowledge of the situation said that there had been serious discussions about removing Mr. Smith from the theater but did not say he had been asked to leave. The Academy said that it had initiated disciplinary proceedings against Mr. Smith for a violation of the Academy's standards of conduct, including inappropriate physical contact, abusive or threatening behavior, and compromising the integrity of the Academy, end quote. It said that Mr. Smith would be given a chance to respond and that at its next board meeting on April 19th, it may take any disciplinary action, which may include suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions. I really suspect that his wife, Jada, is I don't know, a black activist. And she's got her husband, Will, all in this. And I've been reporting on this in regards to, the battle or conflict I've been having with Marilyn Reed and her late husband, Kenny Reed, who was a narcissistic chauvinist black man, jazz drummer. And we came to loggerheads, and he was problematic when he performed other places. He had an angst and a gripe. And some establishments, I won't say who, had a problem with him. He actually got in a couple of fights, physical fights. But it finally ended my long friendship with my first girlfriend, Marilyn Reed. But she was still trying to, manipulate the actions of Kenny Reed, and especially at his funeral. And Kenny Reed was into this book about Leopold, King of the Netherlands, who owned the Congo and tortured and murdered 100 million black people. And he was his disciple was Eric Richardson of the local NAACP. And I tried talking with Eric when Marilyn put on the Halt Center show about African music and roots and gospel. I wanted to read my grandfather's will, where he left his slaves to his children. Samuel Rosamond left the same will, counter will. And I thought that would be a very, very dramatic part of the show that would bring a lot of this to reality and beyond theory. And Eric Richardson didn't like that, and Marilyn didn't like that. And I felt it was like sort of this, again, the pit bull thing is, hey, whites victimize black people. Stop trying to deny that. I said, I'm not denying it. I want to read it, the proof. Well, you're just, trying to get out the being guilty. He says, I didn't own slaves. I'm not guilty of anything. Well, you're a racist. See, that's what now Hollywood's been dragged into. But it's a symptom of the larger thing going on the outside, where Trump, when he became the president, says, no, it's the white people are being victimized. And boy, yeah, that's the truth. And thus began the new Civil War. And I believe the Smiths are right in there. It's cultural warfare. Come to Hollywood. And it's a disaster. In looking, I mean, Hollywood and a lot of people are looking for a remedy, and I'm going to be offering one because that's one of the reasons I wanted to actually become the president of the United States a couple of years ago, and why I want to be the governor because I'm involved. It has affected my life and people that are close to me that I knew, and I think I might have a solution, resolve, a way to find peace and prosperity and happiness. And so that's why I want to make a lot of videos where I'm speaking verbally, because my campaign probably begins with these tapes. And that are evidence that I'm a thinking man, that I'm trying to be an honest man, that I'm not hiding anything, you know, except my vacuum cleaner. Maybe I'm more sane than I let people onto. Okay, hold on. The Squaw Man.
The Squaw Man is a 1914 movie directed by Oscar Apfel, starring Dustin Farnham, Winifred Kingston, and Monroe Salisbury.
This was thought to be the first movie made in Hollywood, but Griffith made a movie a couple years earlier called Old California. So this is the second movie made in Hollywood. Okay. And it was directed by Cecil B. DeMille. Like I say, where's that part where it says the Winnebago tribe? But the main Native American is not played by Native American. There's a lot of Native American stories running around there. The Utes tribe, Nat U. Rich, daughter of the chief of the Utes tribe, a local outlaw, Cash Hawkins. Hawkins plays exact his revenge on James, but has his plans threatened by Nat U. Rich, who shoots him dead. An Indian shoots a white man dead. So my grandfather wrote the Squaw Woman. What did he write? The Squaw Woman? No. He wrote his. God, I think I am tired. But he wrote his own Squaw Man. And he sold the story to a famous director out there in this out of this side L.A. And so I got a stake. I got a dog in this race. I'm going to cut this tape short because I just got tired. And it's been 24 minutes. And tune in tomorrow. I just want to say I think democracy has got to make a big move in the next several days. Otherwise, we don't have a dog in this race, dog in this hunt. All our history, a Revolutionary War that my grandparents took part in, not going to mean anything if we don't do the right thing. And if the Ukraine falls to Putin and Putin comes in here and is victorious, begins to oppress, hunt down, and imprison, and even murder Ukrainians took part in this battle, then we're done. We better look for a new reason to be a nation. And I believe the Christian right and the red state neo-Confederates are saying, yeah, we got the new nation, the rise of the Confederacy. Confederate states will be the new rulers of the 52 states of the United States. 51? How many? 50? But yeah, it's not a good program. It's hypocritical, doesn't do what it says. The founding fathers didn't give women the right to vote or didn't set free slaves. So the Confederacy, because it was a hypocritical system up there in the North, we rebelled and formed the Confederacy. So, yeah, we want Putin to be the first guy that signs our new ratification of the new Confederate papers, where slaves are going to be, black people are going to be forced to be slaves, but we're doing it for their own good, and those people in Ukraine better do what Putin says, what Father Putin, because he's got the Russian Orthodox Church guy, Killer Kirill, behind him. And that fits perfectly because we got Franklin Graham and these other mega church leaders behind the Republicans and Donald Trump running for another term. Okay. Boy, it's not easy. It's not easy being an American, is it? All right. This is John G. Presco. Don't give up the fight.